In this video, I'm going to show you how to check what is the IP address set on your NVR or DVR. So go to main menu, log in. This is the default password for my NVR. It may be different for yours, but check the label on the top of your recorder for that. Once you're in here, go to network, go to TCP IP. Now for any recorder purchased in mid-2021 and later, they're all set to DHCP. And you will notice what the IP address is right over here. So this recorder has one network port, and my network port on the back has its lights blinking because it's connected to the main router, and it's getting this IP address from the main router. For any of this process to work, for you to be able to see your recorder from your computer or your phone on the local network, you need to have this IP address entered into the software. And you be connected to the same network as this recorder. So in my case, I have a simple router with a cable going into the back of my NVR's LAN port, and the lights are blinking on it. I have a good cable. And my computer is connected by a hardwired network, and I have a second computer connected by Wi-Fi to the same router, so they're all talking to each other on the same network. The second thing is here, make sure your DHCP is enabled. While it's not used on the local network, it is used when you want to follow our other videos for other steps on how to remotely view our recorder. So if you wanted to change your IP address and for some reason the DHCP is not working for you, you go to modify. You'll see this IP address field is all blanked out, is grayed out, and that's because I have it set to DHCP. What DHCP is doing is the recorder is talking to the router, and the router is providing this IP address. If you see zeros here, that means your recorder either is just not properly connected to a router, or you don't have a router, or your network cable is bad. So if you're seeing zeros, you have a hardwired network connectivity issue going on.
Or they mean you need to reboot the recorder.
Or you may need to reboot your recorder for it to get an IP address by asking the router to provide a new IP address. Let's say you are an advanced user and you want to set your own IP address and you know what you're doing, then you would turn off DHCP, change these things to whatever IP address you want to set it to. Like in my case, I'm just going to set it to 108 and press OK and hit apply. So now if I exit the menu by right-clicking, go back to network, and I'll see my IP address is this. If I go to modify and I hit test, it says it's testing, and it says IP is available, meaning this IP address is not taken up by anything else. But what if I wanted to change it to something that already has an IP on the network? So I'm going to try to set it to 41 and hit test. It tells me there's an IP conflict. It's telling me on my network I already got a device 41. Don't set it to that. If I do, then I'm going to have a mess. So I'm just going to put it back to 108, hit test again. It tells me it's available. I'll take that, hit OK, and I'm done. But for most users, home users, small business users, the easiest thing is set it to DHCP, leave it alone, press OK. If you don't, and then hit apply, of course, and then exit the menu by right-clicking, get back into the menu by left-clicking here, and you'll see an IP address. Now, to know that this IP address is actually going to work for your computer that you want to connect to, I'm going to show you how to add this onto the computer. So I have my NVR actually pulled up through some special capture cards in here on my computer. So this IP address that I just showed you before, I'm on a network, and if my computer is able to talk to that, I'm going to do a command prompt. I'll show you how to open up the command prompt. Press the Windows key, type in CMD, select this command prompt, load it up on your Windows computer. And this is Windows 10. It should work on Windows 7, same thing. Do ping, and then type in this IP address. In my case, it's this number, and hit enter. This means reply from, and I'm getting a bytes and a time and a TTL. What this means is I'm actually getting a reply, so my computer is able to talk to my NVR, so they're all on the same network. If I was trying to connect to a device that wasn't present on my network, I would get a reply like this. where you don't get a reply and it just says destination host unreachable. If you have an IP address that's appearing on your DVR or your NVR and you have it set to DHCP here and you have it set to DHCP here in the modify menu, and you get an IP address here and you're pinging it and it's not connecting, that means you've got a networking issue going on and you're going to need to purchase some networking assistance. Unfortunately, you wouldn't be able to do it on your own unless you have experience with networking and can figure it out on your own. Knowing my IP address allows me to add the device to my Windows program, Mac program, or my phone on the local network. So I'm on the local network connected to the thing. Same router as the DVR. I open up my Windows program. And since I'm on the same network, I can simply search and it'll find the device. I have lots of different devices connected. So in your case, you're just going to have one if you're just using one DVR, and you can hit add. And it says you want to add that device. Yes. Username and password. It's stated on the top of the unit. There's a label on there if you don't already know that. X out of this. And you can actually force connection by clicking on this. Yes. It says online. I click on here, live view, and I can just drag this in and I can watch my NVR. And that's as simple as that on a local network. If for some reason the auto search feature doesn't work for you, auto search was when I went here and it found my devices. If you're not able to see them because you have your firewall blocking the program, what you can do is hit add, put in the IP address, your username, password, hit add, click on this, okay, connects, live view, same thing. This concludes the video on how to find your IP address and also how to even pull it up on your computer as long as you're on the local network and everything is properly networked together. If this process is not working for you, feel free to purchase a networking session. Thanks for watching.